I do want to open the floor to see kind of like where everyone is at, and just going around and just getting a feel for like your major, what kind of classes you're taking right now. That way also Professor Marsh kind of has a feel as well, like what kind of projects we can start putting together. So I'm gonna start off with Makai. You mind sharing a little bit about yourself?
My name is Makai. I go with Makai, and this is my first in-person year at Sac City. I'm majoring in computer science to become a game developer, and I know a little bit of C++ and Unity, Python, and a little bit of web development too.
Okay, cool.
Heck yeah. What were you here for as of now?
Remind me your name one more time, sorry.
My name is Jonathan.
Jonathan, all right. You mind sharing a little bit about yourself, Jonathan?
Hello, I am Jonathan. I'm majoring in computer science. I kind of just wanted to, my main goal for this semester, this is my second year. My main goal for this semester was just to do more like computer science classes in person, because I was like, I just kept taking the ones online and it was like, well, I want to do something in person, meet some people in my own major. I know a bit of Java, Python, C++, and learn some more here.
Nice.
Welcome, man.
Sorry.
Oh, my name's Chris.
Computer
Say a little bit about yourself first.
Yeah, I'm majoring in computer science, eventually planning to have a career in cybersecurity. And I'm actually in Professor Rush's assembly programming class this semester. Yeah, and the only language that I'm really familiar with is C++. And a little bit of Python. Yeah, they're just dabbling in that.
And then B, you mind sharing a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I'm V. I am a returning college student after like 15 years. I originally studied music, and I worked during that time in IT fields, very much like level 1 tech support or like doing script kidding languages. So I know of like bits and pieces of like Visual Basic and Python and VBA and some SQL, but I just want to come back and actually finish my degree looking at studying computer engineering. I also have a partner who has a bachelor's in computer science, and I help her teach at a nonprofit computer science. So,
And you said computer engineering, not computer science.
yes,
right?
computer engineering.
Ooh, math.
I like the software stuff, don't get me wrong. The hardware is a little more interesting.
Hi guys, I'm Anthony, and I'm just a member of this community, but I wanted to be able to meet other people with a similar interest, and also be able to learn from other people and hopefully share some of my knowledge and experience. I do have a bit of experience in Python, Java, TypeScript, C, and of course the query languages like SQL. But I have gone all in on Java, and I'm looking to become a backend developer. So that's a little bit about me.
And comp sci major, right?
Yeah, I actually did graduate, but
It's good to see you back.
yeah, I just wanted to lost, but I hope it's okay. I'm not taking any classes here. But I just thought this was a great opportunity to meet new people.
True.
Sorry. Signage. Yeah, pizza's here. Are you interested in taking a raffle for a FICA? Microcontroller? Yeah? Alright.
Do you want to take it on?
Well, let me do this.
Yeah, sorry.
Got to leave invite, this guy. Secretary here, I know C++,
Raspberry Pi.
I liked it a lot. I'm not that good at math, I find out, so we're gonna do cybersecurity. No engineering for me. I hope we have a fun semester, and I hope you guys to see what you're passionate about. You know, I'm a big fan of passion, real jealous of passion. So, yeah, I hope you guys are passionate about something. I wanna see what your projects that you're passionate about. That's what I'm most excited for this semester.
Sorry, you mind sharing your name?
Sign in. My name's Jordan, and this is my first year at SCC, my first year really getting into computer science. Overall in my life, I've been like always like repairing PCs, Windows PCs, stuff like that, building my own PC, but I've just recently started into like programming, that side of it. Mainly this last year I've been learning like data structures and algorithms mainly. The main language I do that in is like C. I just like how
You signed?
I like how bare bones it is. It just is like not a lot of
Nice.
libraries and stuff. It's just like lets you make it up, you gotta make it up.
Nice. If you're gonna take 430, 440, you should take it at Folsom. That guy does it in C. Yeah. Let them do it in Java. Or Python.
You have to manage your own memory and see.
I actually really appreciate that though.
Yeah.
Because it teaches you how to do it.
So if you're gonna be going
Sign in.
at Folsom, that guy's doing C.
You wanna take it for raffle?
Not with Ron. With Ron's doing Python.
Yeah, no problem.
We have,
Yeah,
oh,
let's see.
yep, you for everyone else. We have one, the last person, sorry, remind me your name one more time.
Tristan.
Tristan, all right.
I'm majoring in computer science. I took like a year off, so I'm currently in CISP like 400 and 310, the same one as this guy.
Nice.
Yeah. I've been off and on, like, really inconsistently programming since like middle school. So it's like, I'm not really the best at it, but I've dabbled in like a bunch of different languages. So it's like, I've dabbled in C++, C, Python, a little bit in Java, not too much.
What's your favorite?
Ooh, that's
Which one? What is your language?
I really like C, but it's really hard.
C nouns in here.
Yeah, but typically I tend to pick Python more,
Yeah.
just to get like, I guess like that
Faster,
line of my
bang,
project
faster
done.
results.
Yeah, so it's
That quick bump, the
It-
TikTok versus the YouTube.
yeah, it's like really quick, really easy. If I can, I'd want to rewrite it in C though, but I think that's pretty much it.
Nice. And then we have one more. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Alex. It's my second year. I'm majoring in computer science. Cool, yeah. I've done, I don't think I've done that much coding, but I like dabbling in it because, like, I feel like when I get into something, I can do it, I can code for like a really long time, and then if I lose it, and then I'm kind of just like out for a bit, and then I just don't come back to it for a bit, so, yeah, I think I just have that problem. And it's been a bit since I've actually done some, like, cool coding stuff, so I don't know. I think my favorite language is probably, like, JavaScript, just because I like being able to see stuff, like, happen visually, and it's like, it's a lot more visual on websites and whatnot, so, yeah.
True.
True.
Less man line.
Very true. We have like an issue for the front end development. I always kind of hard time with that. Like one that actually makes the website look nice.
Oh,
The
yeah.
websites that were actually terrible, I thought they looked fine.
Yeah, I don't like doing the front end stuff so much though.
Yeah, frequent run it, back then all the way.
Uh,
And a full stack solution.
What's that, then you wanted to wrap up?
It's okay.
Volunteer.
Like,
Sure.
You know what, you good?
Yeah.
Alright, alright.
I did see really quick on the SCC website,
You interested in,
it does have the Discord link for the
being
club.
in the raffle or?
Nice.
So-
We should.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I, you know, what,
We'll write that down,
oh,
yeah.
yeah, and then you got
Wait a minute.
some of the old links.
Maybe it just timed out.
Yeah, it could be right earlier today.
True.
Some of the old links are broken intentionally because,
Oh.
we want
Yeah, the school is having a huge bot issue.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't know if you know, but the school's getting botted pretty hard.
I did hear that, so I kind of
Yeah,
figured this.
so I guess they hit the Discord links too.
Yeah, it's a balance between getting people into the club and not getting fake people into the club.
Yeah, so that could be it though, right? Because we thought it was the flyers, that's how the bots got into the Discord, but it might have been the links on the Sac City website. So flyers, I don't think, are there really bots on campus scanning?
So this is the capture, right? We're not, bots by showing up.
Yeah, this is where we know you're not a bot.
Yes.
If you can sign in, yeah, you're good.
I guess.
No, half of these bots can't sign in.
I think everybody else has had a chance. I guess I'll take a second to introduce myself, although I think a majority of you already know me or have heard me give my spiel this semester. I'm Gideon Marsh. I teach computer science. I'm the faculty advisor for this club. I'm big on Java because I teach a Java class. I also know C++ because I teach a C++ class, and assembly language because I'm currently teaching an assembly language class. Outside of that, I also know a little bit of Python. I've done some JavaScript in the past, and I've touched just a little bit with Lua. If anybody's familiar with Lua, just a little. Yeah. So my major was originally computer science. I now have the degree. So I also got a little bit of math background. So yeah. I guess that's my whole spiel.
From Fresno?
Nice.
Yeah.
How was that campus?
It was okay. If any of you have heard about CSU Fresno, it's a great campus if you want to be an engineer. Not me. I have some engineer friends who went to CSU Fresno, and they said it was a good place to go, but not. I mean that's the thing. I actually had a conversation with another student pretty recently. They were looking for transfer, and they were asking for. They were like, I could go to Davis or I could go to CSU Sacramento. Which one would you say? It's like, in the end, the school's a school. Like, you kind of want, I mean, of course you want to try and go to a good school, but the factors that make a good school are a lot harder to see from the outside than you think. And so, even though, I got my master's at CSU Fresno, and even though it's not known for being a computer science school, I got my degree, I got my job. It works out in the end either way. So, I guess the lesson there is don't worry too much about it. Focus on being a good student. That's how it works out.
I guess.
Oh, and
I didn't go yet.
one more thing. Yesterday I bought Hollow Knight Soul Stone.
Nice.
So.
So we won't be seeing you next week, or?
Why are you here? Yeah, so.
Right.
So if the club ends at 5, I'm gonna leave you all out the door.
Nice. Should we do like?
I didn't go yet.
Oh, yeah, Lynn.
Lynn.
My name's Lynn. I was a former cave rep for the club. I still hang out, help everywhere I can.
Sure.
I'm
Live all over the campus.
I'm actually a business administration major. I'm going for accounting, business admin here, and I hope to get into management information systems, which is more kind of data science stuff. So I help do the programming, kind of get my feet wet, and help do the paperwork
Nice.
for the club.
Alright.
Were you able to sign in? Oh, you.
Do you want to do your introduction? Nice. What are you majoring in?
Major in cybersecurity. I changed my major
From programming?
from the science. Yeah.
Nice. Me too, bro.
Yeah, more and more to business.
Yeah, I saw the chart. Programming jobs down, cybersecurity up. I'm like, all right then. We're jumping ship. Did you want me to do like a thing, or you got it?
I was gonna talk about the elections.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can come up and.
Yeah, I was just gonna do like find out what people are interested in learning about this semester. I think would be good.
Yep. So just real quick, club elections, we're gonna have them, next week after club day, so it's gonna be our next club meeting on next Thursday. So if you're interested in running, this semester,
you wanna join the
I'm
rep?
stepping down from the president, officer position.
Raspberry
So it's
Pi.
gonna be open, and then
I see.
we have the vice president position.
Yeah, so all of our club officer positions, we've got
Give them
president,
ticket, bro.
vice president, K
Are you
rep,
just- yes.
secretary, and treasurer.
We're doing it.
So we've got 5 positions,
We're gonna do this
I believe we have.
And Discord line.
It's a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah,
Someone
everyone?
shows it.
It's in
Okay,
record
six
control.
then. We have a few
Right, with
people
C
who
or
are sticking
Python
around, but I
or-
think if there's interest, we will hold elections for all of them.
You can use it for networking, you can use it for cybersecurity.
The other requirements,
You can do
let's see, is you have to be,
It's a fun- it's a fun-
enrolled in
it's
like,
not a
is it
easy-
5 units, 6 units,
Kinda give
something
you-
like that?
Something like that, 5 or 6 for sure.
Somewhere around that range, you have to be enrolled in that many units, and you.
Could be 6, 'cause 6
For
is like.
CAVE rep specifically, CAVE is clubs and events board, CAE. We do need somebody to attend those meetings.
Yeah.
And those are the second and fourth Tuesdays.
If you're looking to get more involved with campus and find out what other clubs are there and stuff, being a K rep is where it's at, right? It's legit where all of them meet and talk about what they're doing with their club.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in getting to know the campus more, this is a great opportunity.
Yes, so, other than that, so, those are.
And it's what, every other Tuesday?
Yeah, it's second and fourth Tuesdays, I believe.
Yeah, and
like
they'll do
2
both and
o'clock.
stuff, and you could speak on the behalf of the program.
And you can attend virtually, you can also attend in person, that tends to give you a bit more attention.
Yeah, you should attend in person.
But you can attend virtually if sometimes doesn't work out that week. That's just the K rep, the other club positions, the only requirements that you be here during our meetings. So I'll let Christian.
Yeah, and just to kind of give you guys an idea, as like, as president, so like when we have our officers meeting, typically, it would be best that the president has an agenda of what they wanna discuss and talk about. As a president, you're essentially like the visionary of the club. You kind of see a vision of in direction where you wanna go, and you consult that with all the other officers in the club to see if like, hey, is what I'm thinking gonna be, able to happen, or, this is something that we kind of like push a little bit down the road, for a later time. So the president's that, and then also just trying to, build relationships with other clubs. We did collaborate with, the Women Who Code, which is an organization, by Professor, Zhu, right?
Yeah, that's what you're.
Professor Zhu, and they were really great in collaborating with us. We were able to table with them at a campus event last semester as well, and they actually helped us with the career panel alongside our speaker and the speakers that they brought on. So, as a president, that's essentially what you're doing, is like you're trying to be the face of the club, and you're trying to be the voice of the club outside of the K-rep position. Vice president, similarly serves in that same capacity, but they're more concerned about like, the specifics of like having the club events actually happen and being able to pull that off. The secretary, Alex, if you wanna share a little bit about your experience, being secretary?
Being secretary is nice. I wanna say, what we're looking for is like, if you could just show up on Thursday, that'd be great. And if you have something you're passionate about, that that you wanna come up and talk to us about, that's what I'm looking for, right? Like, I'm doing SFML poorly, obviously, but I'll come up and talk about it. And if somebody likes Unity, and you wanna go over the very basics of it, like, I don't know programming, and you wanna explain Unity to me, I'd be down to listen to you for like 30 minutes, And that's the club, I feel. So if you guys are interested in that, you could sign up. But otherwise, you don't even have to sign up, you can still do it as long as you're willing.
So, one more thing, officers, we have a weekly officer meeting other than our club meetings.
Yeah.
We will be part of that. We currently hold it over Discord at 5 o'clock on Tuesdays, but the new officer team, if they have a better time, that works.
Yeah.
As long as I can be there, we can work it out.
So, yeah, preferably you have Thursday and Tuesday evening for like 1 hour to start call.
Treasurer, is that?
Treasurer's there.
Okay.
Every semester we attempt to get pizza refunded, if that's something you're interested in. You could be the guy attempting to negotiate for this refund.
If you like buying pizza, that's your position.
I can buy the pizza, someone just needs to negotiate with them to give us the money.
Yeah, you wanna do that, or you do?
We've gotten some money
For
for
regular
the campus likes fighting us on that. That's basically the treasurer's
The
job.
campus refuses to buy the pizza, but they are somewhat willing to reimburse.
It's it's not as hard as it sounds, it's just.
If
that's
anybody's
really all
interested in
it's-
attempting to get the campus to buy us a pizza, that's also an option. We've got some paperwork, we've got some documentation telling us how we're supposed to do it, and I've yet to do it correctly, I guess.
We're like.
Following the law, I've done it 3 times, each time got denied.
Yeah, we're like the only club that actually tries to spend club funds. So the people in the offices don't know how to do it, and so.
Well, we also don't know how to do it.
Yeah, yeah, they give us the rules and then we follow the rules and then they're like, no, you did them wrong. It's like.
No, but we did get the refund.
We're
They
the only
did
two
get that
people-
refund.
We're the only 2 people in the room. You tell me what you need.
No, you need to go home and read this.
Yeah.
There's a document you need to read.
That's all we spent money on so far.
There are multiple documentation. Okay, yeah, but like those are positions that are available if you're interested and passionate about any of those. We would love to have you on the team.
Leader positions.
Yeah.
Help
You're
run
right.
the club.
You could, you know what, if you're really passionate, take 3 meetings. You know, you can, what do you got? Dude, let's see what you got. Can you build a database and show me how to do it?
And then,
Besides just like the named position, like things that you're supposed to do as treasurer, you can also help in like doing presentations, setting up workshops.
That's everybody. Everybody is a
It really is a big team effort.
Yeah.
Each role has its stated positions, but we meet as officers, we plan what the meetings are gonna be. Nobody's on their own here, and also, as the advisor, I'm here to help out every step of the way if needed. Sometimes I'm not needed, because things are just running so smoothly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Gideon's a professor on campus.
Yes, I actually work here. I'm being paid to help you
Yeah,
guys.
he's alright at code, he's alright.
Yeah, I'm only a subpar programmer, I don't know why they hired me.
He's alright. He's like one of the street programs.
and just so you guys know too, we are opening like a Discord mod to be, it's not gonna be like an official officer
Oh, boy.
position, but it's gonna be a task that someone can take on to help out with moderating the content and just making sure that the information gets properly shared with everyone that's part of the club.
Yeah.
We noticed that was a little bit too much for like the officers to handle with everything else going on, so we figured that we could share that role with one of the club members. That would be helpful for everyone, that way no one's left out. And just to kind of like cap it off in terms of like club elections, again, you know, it's next Thursday. You don't have to like put in like your intent to like run until that day. We'll open up the floor, we'll let everyone know what the positions are one more time, and then everyone can give like a 1-minute speech as to like why they feel like they're the best candidate for that position. But just to give everyone confidence, again, like I came into being president for the club without any programming background whatsoever. So if you feel like you don't have certain qualifications or anything like that, like really, like I said, the president is the visionary. So if you have an idea of like what this club should be doing or how you can make it better, make it more engaging for other students, then run, you know. And that's for every position as well. If you feel like you can bring something to the table, just run. What's the worst that can happen? You stay with the club and you end up having a good time. You know? So, any questions before Alex comes up and shares a couple things?
Oh yeah.
You got the floor?
Sick. Alright. I'm good, no, I'm just gonna do the board, I guess. I'm just gonna go over, I wanna talk about last semester, I guess, that'll be great, last semester, what do you guys want to learn, I guess? So, GitHub, last semester, I was very upset, because I'm like, we're doing too much GitHub. We're doing GitHub almost every other week, right? We should be programming. We should be programming. So my big idea was to do SFML for 4 weeks straight, which was not the correct call, I feel. A lot of people got bored and tired of SFML. So it's like, there was a lot of fun there. I had a lot of good, I enjoyed each one, I'm gonna be honest. We did more than 4 weeks, I wanna say. How many weeks of SFML did we do?
It was at least 6.
Right?
Yeah, 5
A
or
lot of
6.
SFML.
And for those who aren't aware, this is a library in
C++
for,
to make 2D games.
yeah, to make 2D games.
It's pretty nice. The other one was Pie Games. I remember people were excited for it, but I missed it. I wasn't here at the club.
That was
Pie
2 semesters ago.
Games. And this is Python, right? So we had Python.
Basically, the two libraries are basically the same, just one's in Python, one was in C++.
Well, no, you said that SFML one's way better. It can do way right? Cause like, I thought nobody cared about GitHub, and like, who cares about GitHub? But then after I talked to people, like, no, I like the GitHub, and in fact, I should know GitHub. For those of you who don't know, GitHub is just like a folder where you put programs.
Code repository, makes it easy to store code, share code online, and.
Yeah, and update code or whatever. But like, we should talk about GitHub. People want GitHub, but how much GitHub? 1 week? I
Maybe.
suspect 2 weeks of GitHub. 2 weeks of GitHub, right? Do we want SFML this semester? Is anybody interested in revisiting SFML? That me and Gideon are better at it. Right? Anybody interested? Raise your hands. 1 person, 2 people, SFML, 3. Thank you. 4. That's sick. I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pi games. Who here knows? Okay, nice. Right away, these people. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anybody? Pi games? Who's this? 3? Did I count correct? Or is it 4? 1, 2, 3, 3. 4. No, it's 4. No, it's 4. It's 4. It's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna ask people by order what you're interested in.
Well, let's actually open it up. Is there any other ideas?
No, I'm gonna go through by person and each one.
I see.
That is still my thunder.
I see.
What's something you're interested in talking about? Right? I'll add a new thing on the board.
Unity.
Unity. I'm gonna write Unity. Unity. And this is in what language?
C#.
C#. That is industry standard, by the way. A lot of government jobs use C#. So if you're going into government, this is what you should probably know. Right? Am I wrong, Gideon? That's what I've heard. My buddy works government here in Sacramento for like 5 years, and he's like, I'm learning Unity. And I'm like, why? He's like, well, all the government stuff in Sacramento uses C#. And Unity is in C#. Well, that's, he came from here. He graduated here. He moved to Sac State. I mean, he transferred to Sac State, graduated from Sac State, and worked, first he worked, what's the garbage?
Waste management?
The waste management. He was in the waste management developing their stuff for a while, C#. And then when he transferred to other places, C#. So here they are, it's Microsoft, right? So, and they use whatever, yeah. So that's a fun little fact. What are you interested in? You could also vote for Unity, I guess.
I guess C++ in general.
C++ in general. C++ by itself. Right? But then again, SFML does that. Right? That's the fun thing about the SFML book, is that it is trying to teach you C++ very quickly. It is like trying to explain loops and calls, like first chapter, second. They're like, you need to understand this real quick, like. But C++ in general is good, like little puzzles or just like basic stuff.
Yeah, it's been a while, but back when we had our previous president, before Christian came, we tried to get people interested in like leak code exercises.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
kinds of programming stuff, and
I
we did a little bit of it.
Yeah, I went to the Folsom Club, and that's sort of what they were just doing, right? The club was still starting out, they had like 4 or 5 people, and they would just pull up the leak code, and they would all try to do it,
Yeah.
and then you just yell the answer at the guy at the prompt. No, try it like, do a loop, plus, yeah. Alright, which way do y'all hop back to the corner, what are you interested in this semester?
We should just like more we can do actual software development with C++.
With C++, but you want software, like what's this,
Really simple Windows software.
what, like a
application.
calculator?
Like an calculator.
C++ app, well, what's C++ app? C++ application.
Visual application.
Nice. And then you got here, do you want to introduce yourselves to the room? Tell us what you're passionate about. Right, you got here late. Yeah, we all did.
I was in class, man.
Not gonna let you feel it. Just try to.
My name's Zach. I'm the treasurer right now. I might do something else after we do elections, but passionate thing, that was next.
Yeah. What's your favorite language?
Spanish.
Nice.
Passionate, robotics is pretty fun. Yeah. I also like math.
Nice. So you're in
I said
computer.
robotics, not robotics. Alright, cool.
No, this guy loves Roblox. Can you put off his mind?
Minecraft.
I'm Minecraft. Right. Thank you. What are you interested in?
More independent talks.
About just sit down. You want sit down.
You like the speakers?
Round table.
More speakers, I remember last year we had a.
Oh,
speakers.
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 Oh, we definitely get at least one, you know, this is a for sure one,
I
at
also
least.
had some presentation, there's some ideas for presentations I might do later on in this.
Sure, when you have something you feel is good, just talk to us, we'll gladly make it time. Just tell us how much time you want and rehearse it for that much. That'd be sick.
We're always open to people showing off their
Yeah.
personal projects, or even bringing in like a half-completed personal project and asking for like
Yeah.
feedback and that
Yeah,
kind
we
of stuff.
can sit around looking at your code, and we do a code review if you're willing.
And it's all fun stuff.
I'm gonna put code review on.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna be formal.
No, nothing to, no, we'll be good, okay, go for it.
Okay, so I had to laugh when you said duty, because that was. what I
Your
was gonna
thing,
say
I'll
first,
put you down.
But I like the idea of the C++ app. as well.
Okay, so we'll go through and vote again, but you're happy with what you're seeing on the board so far. Sick, let's keep it moving. Or, what do we go? We'll go middle then after. Yeah, perfect. What do you-
It's probably worth talking about AI at least a little bit.
AI, nice. Now, we do that one when membership is low.
We're definitely gonna talk about that.
When membership is low, we put a flyer out saying, we're gonna talk about AI.
Yeah, you
come.
Well, supposedly.
Everyone, random professors will show up. Professors will come through and say, what's up with this AI stuff?
That did happen.
It's a real story. So yeah, like we will do AI for sure. Once like mid when it's dry, as a bump of energy for the club. So, but I'm letting you guys know right now. Yeah,
It gets pretty
Yeah,
fun.
it's fun.
I was just gonna say, what you said, like,
AI.
yeah.
You're feeling good with what's on the board? You don't want this is too like this is getting saturated, right? You're good. You're not gonna put Java or what else you want. Lua, obviously.
Yeah, assemble it.
Anybody modifying games? Okay. Let's keep it moving. What would you like to see, sir?
I mean,
Or-
the only thing I can really think of would be like in line with SFML, and that would be like SDDL.
And DDL? Oh, okay, yeah, the layer higher thing?
I think it's lower.
Yeah, lower. Higher, yeah, it is. I'm mixing up the two. But yes, SDL is it the open one? Is that OpenGL?
I think so, yeah.
OpenGL, this is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Right, because this SFML uses
Oh, never mind.
OpenGL, by the
I
way.
don't know.
But one of the things, I don't know, this is gonna be a boring one, but linking is where the whole thing starts. Right? And this is a bit of an issue for people who aren't very computer or not still new. Linking the darn library is a pain because you have to do it with every project. Right? You can't just like, I guess you can slap it together on your computer once and it'll just start working from that point on, but then you're stuck opening the same program, clearing out the code, putting in the code. Because when you make another one, you have to redo the thing. So linking is a bit of a pain, but a necessary evil. So, and that is the start for both. If you're doing SFML, you have to learn linking. But we have a workaround
Yeah.
to skip the linking so we don't have to teach it to you.
So that we don't have to.
Because it's the hardest part. SDL and OpenGL have the same issue. The first thing you're gonna learn doing OpenGL is this linking garbage, right? Are you guys interested in learning linking? Is it linking? Am I mixing up the word?
No, it is.
Yeah, linking the library, right? It's not. It's just a couple of settings things, but it seems convoluted.
It's hard to dive into settings.
Yeah, so I'll just leave that here. We'll talk about it in the moment when we do the vote. Again. What are you interested in, sir? Or are you feeling good with the board? Yeah.
I think the C++ app sounds pretty cool, but.
The app stuff sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay. Because at the end we'll vote and we'll see
I
how
would also like to,
goes.
if we could build like a C++ compiler, that would be.
Compiler? You're going too hard, sir. I just said linking was hard.
And
And you're like, what about compilers? Compilers.
Yeah. The board has a lot of interest we'll learn.
We'll learn about compilers. We'll definitely learn about compilers. They're out there. And we got the assembly class going, right? That's the latest. Yes. Sir, back there, all the way.
I see Python.
Python?
Yeah.
We're putting just Python on here, because we got Pygame, but I didn't put Python. Python. Right, because you can do Pygames and that is Python, or you can just do Python
Yeah. Same way we do C++.
instead of SML, yes.
staying in line with the kind of Microsoft ecosystem, .NET.
Yeah, no, I'm interested in ArcWise too. I'm curious, you know, I wanna get a little server going, because like, if I could get some solar panels and one of those new batteries, I forget what they're called, they're really good at like holding. And you can just run a server, I'll just download all of my movies and TVs and whatever, and I'll go to the woods and you can broadcast. So any device can just pull the stuff, you don't need internet, you can do that with the Pi. You know, that sounds like a cool project for me, I'll never get around to it, but it's fun to think about.
.NET.
It's on the board, it's on the board.
No, .NET.
.net?
Yeah.
That's the website?
No. Microsoft .NET.
The framework. .NET framework.
You're interested in .net framework?
Yeah, along with the C++ app. If you're doing a Windows app, you kind of got to know about the .NET stuff.
Really? I had no clue. What is .net? Who knows? Is there a brief explanation of .net?
It's like a language, like Microsoft's language,
It's a language?
like Python, yeah.
Is that true?
It's a Microsoft focused like language and framework.
You build like web
Along with
apps.
C# for some of their stuff. but-
Okay, so it is a language? It's wild. I had no idea. You learned something new. I knew Lua, but not .net. Alright.
You never heard of .NET?
Bro, there's too many.
I mean, I've looked into Lua, but I don't know. That's a whole out of there.
Alright.
You probably need to learn more C before you go there.
Okay. I don't care about .net. I bet it sucks.
Well, it is Microsoft, so it's gonna suck.
There you go.
You're gonna have to use like Azure and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll vote. Maybe the class will turn and be like, yeah, it's everybody's interested in .net.
30 votes for that.
All .net, 8 weeks straight.
AWS, okay.
Alright, what are you interested in?
I like the board, I want to do the board, C++ app.
C++ app? Okay, we'll come back. We're feeling good about what's on the board so far.
Yeah.
This is not even too much even, yeah? Sir?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with the board, so.
You're feeling good with the board, alright? You just snuck in, can I get your name? Christian, welcome aboard. Do you wanna give a quick intro of what you're doing? Is this your first year? You know programming?
It's not my first year, but I've been here for a while. Lynn's always told me to come to programming.
Yeah, Lynn, he's all over the campus.
Yeah, I'm an electrical engineering major.
Nice, so math?
Just got out of DE.
Nice. Fun. Are you interested in any of the stuff on the board?
Yeah, C, compilers.
Compilers?
Python, yeah.
Nice. Python and compilers. These two don't work. It's gonna be C. C's not even on the board. Alright, I think that's everyone. Yeah, we went through. Sir?
Oh, I was just gonna, ask if anyone has heard of Rust.
Rust. Yes, I've heard the great wars. There's big wars on the internet. I'll put Rust on there if you guys are interested in fun drama. But this feels like above us, if you will. Right? Because it's like the whole memory safety. It's like a memory safety or something. Something about memory safety. But it's on the board. We'll go. Alright, let's walk it.
living up to that t-shirt, buddy.
Let's walk it through. Pi. Who's interested in Pi games? Can I get a show of hands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We looking good? 5 it is. Pow. Here you go. SFML and C++. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10? I'm counting myself. Very nice. Okay, so I guess we hit 5. So let's say each 5 is a week.
Well, let's keep getting the
Give everyone we'll take a picture afterwards. It seems like a nice, okay, SDL. Right, we're good. If you're gonna learn linking, we could do linking for SFML. Right, we'll do it the one time, I wanna say. Because I gotta try and figure out how to simplify it or make better instructions. Alright, Rust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really? 6? 6.
Yeah, you can vote.
GitHub. Who's interested in GitHub? Want everybody's hands up. Everybody's hands up. It's a lot, dude.
You guys will appreciate the GitHub workshop.
GitHub,
You take over the class.
we've been working hard on it. We'll do multiple weeks of GitHub.
Simple enough to get started.
Projects like in group, as groups that we can continue to use the GitHub.
Okay, well, the idea was to do do the SFML thing, you wanna, so when you make the linking thing in person and upload it to the GitHub, when somebody downloads it, they don't have to link it, assuming they have the folder in the correct place, right? That's the issue. So we could either this or like the Pi games. So for any one of these, we can just, we'll do a separate GitHub, and then we can do a separate meeting of just like, hey, we're doing Pi games. And you have to do a GitHub repository and share it, whatever, right? You can't, so that way we can learn it, I guess. But that would feel like a full day, right? Trying to. But yeah, we could do groups, and you know, never know. Yeah, groups sound great though, right? Because others will know how to do it, hopefully.
And that's the whole reason of using GitHub is we can collaborate.
Collaborations. Collaborations. Am I saying it right? Okay, Unity. C#, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're good? We're good? 6 is good. That's a good amount. Right? Just C++.
Learning C++. Who wants to do it? Who wants to experience 360?
4, 5,
We need 360.
8. Wow.
Yeah.
Just C++, you guys?
I mean, it's a kind of an umbrella topic.
Yeah, but like, what would you talk about? What would you talk about with C++? Obviously.
Crab for the classes?
What?
Crab for the classes?
Prep for the classes?
Study session.
Talk about the
Study
C++
session?
classes.
Did you guys want to do like a basic 301, right? You can do a full 301 in 2 hours.
I mean, I teach 360. I could talk about C++.
Yeah, you can just do the whole walkthrough, piece by piece.
Kind of a, probably don't want to just do the class.
Piece by piece. What about Python? How are we feeling on Python? Show of hands.
Pull out like the lead code.
Where all my pi heads? 1, 2, 3,
Wow,
4,
that.
5, 6,
They're everywhere.
8, 9. Wow, almost 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Done. Strong. C++ applications. 1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is like over 10.
I think that one might be the winner.
Plus 10, yeah. So this kind of like, you know,
Kind of,
just,
yeah, they're really.
can you just build an app step by step? Like we could pick an app that you guys think is cool, and then we could watch video and go through it. Or can you, I guess if you find code, just strip it and then put it back together piece by piece to see it build, and you just talk through each line. So it's like a code review.
Yeah, kind of.
Maybe code review, maybe code review. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys have a better idea?
Raspberry Pi.
That's a piece of what I was.
For speakers, could I actually, I think microgram has Python, can I actually change it
To
large scale system, or analyzing large scale system?
Analyzing large.
Analyzing all heat speakers, because people I think are going to vote for it.
Analyzing systems, maybe will be.
That's what Python is.
Well, we could also put it under here. The thing is, what kind of apps do you want to read? Because like, what's code you're interested in, right? Like what is it, the Doom, right? Doom the game is written in C.
Just keep it, we're gonna give it out in
And the source code is open. You can pull the whole thing. I want to say, is it Doom? Where did they first use binary partition? This is it. This is the first example of binary partitioning in a video game, right? If you want to analyze a system, and you want to learn binary partitioning, which is 440 or 430. The Folsom guy did it. Binary partition they don't cover?
I don't know.
And B trees.
I don't know.
They cover B trees.
I mean, I don't know which one. I don't know which class.
Okay, but one of them. So if you guys are interested, you're saying, what about B trees? B trees. You guys know B trees?
Might be advanced.
Well, this is analyzing.
Well, I think like, I go into like some open source, software like Kubernetes and look into how one of the components work, like scheduling.
So code review. But with the emphasis on a system.
Yeah.
So yeah, my B tree for Doom is also still works. B tree, binary partition? Come on, you guys. Come on, it's log and half or whatever. It's crazy, dude. How is Doom able to run? So well. Alright, so this is going pretty good to speakers. Who is interested in speakers? Obviously, big speakers.
Probably gonna get one.
This is all. This is full. This is plus 10. At least 10 people have voted.
And
similar vein, once we've done the elections and got a new officer team, I was thinking of bringing up the idea of hosting a hackathon on our campus.
Nice,
We
nice.
tried to do that in the past. We had a group called Sac City come by, and they tried to get a hackathon hosted on our campus. We weren't able to make it work out under the time frame that they gave us last time. But I was going, since we've already tried the process, I was thinking maybe this semester, or this year, we might see if we can make it work, maybe a more smaller scale thing just for our campus or this district.
How do you scale down a hackathon, right? What can we do that's like,
Less people and not overnight.
yeah,
That's the basic and big ones.
the amount of like you're expecting a certain level of skill, I guess, right? That's the issue with hackathons. I've never actually been, but I expect something to happen.
Well, I think people will be more capable.
You could wing
than
it,
they
yeah.
think, yeah.
You're feeling
It's really more of a logistics problem.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't always have to be revolving around cybersecurity, you can also do anything really.
Yeah.
Programming related.
But playing in groups. Like,
Yeah, that was also a nice
like
idea.
if it's like groups that you don't have to be that skilled, you know. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, even the corporate ones, they're just doing robotics where you're just controlling robot arms.
I would say let's meet in the middle in a couple of weeks from now, right? When we're feeling better about who's here, who's doing what, and if you're feeling like you wanna sit down and do something like that, we could totally talk about hosting it.
Yeah.
But that
It's
is
like,
like
it's still early in the semester, what is this, week
Yeah.
3? This
Yeah.
is the end of week 3?
Yeah, this is the end of the year.
But you still wanna start planning it early.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking far in advance, but
Yeah.
it's just planting the idea in your guys' heads.
Towards the
now.
end of the semester,
Stuff
maybe,
that-
like a
yeah,
celebration.
Stuff that could happen.
De-stress day, we could do a
De-stress day.
de-stress-a-thon.
There's another crazy idea.
Uh,
I don't know, did I use up too many of my spots?
okay, we're gonna keep moving. The speaker works, right? And then the B-tree systems, we're just rolling into this, right? We're gonna keep moving. AI is a lot. I'm gonna put +10, I'm not even gonna take the vote.
Yeah, it's not a one person suggests one idea thing. We're just throwing out ideas for what you guys want to do this semester.
Yeah. So we're getting a good ballpark, I feel. So compilers, who's
I'm
interested in
also
compilers?
talking with ARC and they wanna do a challenge or some kind of cross collaboration, so.
Yeah. Well, they can come to our hackathon, buddy.
All project hackathon.
Obviously, if you wanna come, you can come to our turf. Okay, compilers, we're going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 5-ish? Stop, 6, we'll say 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Raspberry Pi stuff, who's interested in Raspberry Pi? Wow, +10. I did not expect our Pi to pull up like that. .net, who's interested in the wonderful world of .net? I'm gonna put 2. I don't know if that's gonna make the cut. I don't know if we can talk about .net.
The visual basics.
We'll give you guys 5 minutes.
I don't know, like, I think I'm just gonna take a picture of this. Like, if you guys are down for this for the semester, this looks pretty good. You could easily throw a couple of weeks into anything.
And like I said before, if you guys feel particularly strongly about something, maybe you do some research on your own and you want to bring it up and share with the group and get feedback, we're always willing to, spare some time. Once we get like 5 or 6 weeks into the semester, probably not too long after the elections, the officer team's gonna be like, okay, what do? Let's start making plans. And so if somebody wants to, we don't have like a full semester schedule of everything that we're gonna do. If you guys wanna just jump in with something cool that you're doing, or you have a topic that you feel you wanna bring up, you're more than welcome to just let us know and we'll go for it. Assuming you're not an officer to begin with. If you run for an officer position.
Anybody, yeah.
Yeah.
If anything on here you already kind of know and want to do a very, let's pretend I don't know anything about, C++ apps. How would you teach that? Like, if you know how to write an app, how would you show somebody who doesn't know how to write an app or doesn't know how to code, how would you do that? And you can just come up and do that. Teach me how to make this app, but very simply. You have to explain the whole dumb thing. You're like, okay, we're gonna make a double whatever, and here's a loop. And you have to explain the loop, right? And why it's plus whatever. And then like, oh, I'm doing a do while, and like by reference, you have to explain each of these concepts, right? And if you could do that, that would be very wonderful, But yeah, I hope you guys like what you're seeing on the board. It seems like a fun semester, I hope. And if you are passionate about any of these things and want to come talk about them, be sick, I would like to see it. But it's like, the simple one would be great, cause again, some people won't know anything about, like, some people don't know Python, some people don't know .NET. If you come up here and start talking about, like, we know .NET, we're not gonna know what you're talking about.
Is concurrency programming, a good topic, or?
I don't know what that is.
Like,
Concurrency?
yeah, like using multiple threads or running using.
Oh, multi-threading?
Yeah, multi-threading.
If you're interested,
Could be fun.
if you wanna spend some time explaining multi-threading, you can. I remember some guy was having issues. For multi-threading, you can't write to the same place at the same time. That's the issue with multi-threading.
There's like special variables, like atomic, instead of just having a long, there's like an atomic long as a counter.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It sounds like fun advanced topics, but like, even talking, it seems,
It could be fun. I mean, I think the
bee trees.
the main hurdle for multi-threading would be that it's not built into C++ and it's not possible in Python, period. So-
You could definitely do it in C++, right?
Yeah, you can do it in C++.
There's just like,
It
and
is
Java.
target
and
language,
JavaScript.
but it is built directly into Java.
Yeah.
But you can't.
But again, like, most of the things here on the board are gonna be covered in school here, right? Like, compilers is kind of 310, I would say, right?
Not really.
As close as you're gonna get.
I teach that class and not really.
As close as you're gonna get, right? Because compilers are written in assembly,
Yeah.
right? So if you don't know assembly,
Well, yeah, you learn
this whole conversation is useless without you knowing assembly, right? The same thing from SFML, you need loops, you need whatever. You need to know C++ to know SFML. This is also covered, this is 301, 360, 400.
All the basics. I mean, that's kind of it. For those of you who are in the early programming courses, here at this SEC, we teach them in C++, and I'm pretty sure that's actually common across the district, at least for the early programming courses.
Yeah.
But really, the things that we're teaching you in that class are basically universal. So even up to 400/401 or 430, 440, basically all of our main sequence of courses. I find, because I teach both 360 in C++ and I teach 401 in Java. And every semester I get a lot of very anxious students asking if it's okay for them to take 401. They've never tried Java before. It's how much different is it? Like, how much time is it going to take to learn it? And literally, this is the end of week 3. We're done talking about review in 401, and everybody's on board. Like, you'd be surprised at how much that you're learning is universal. So it's really just a case of, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of all the little pieces that you have to know, but it's really, if you know a programming language, even if you've never tried another one, it's pretty quick to pick up. All the differences with programming languages are either very shallow and very easy to learn, or so deep that they don't even impact how you write it. They impact why you would choose it in the first place. Because every language has loops, every language has variables, every language has numbers, if statements.
It's the same general idea.
Yeah.
They're all just copying C.
Yeah, we're used to the idea that, technology advances fast, things are changing constantly. But the basics of programming haven't changed since the 80s. So they really are, there are universal things even in computer science. Yeah, it's all zeros and ones, and will always be zeros and ones. Nobody, darn it, don't say it. Don't bring up quantum computers. They're not real. They're quantum.
Not real, they're lying to us.
You can't use quantum computers the way you use a normal computer. All normal computers use zeros and ones.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this home. Yeah, I did. You guys wanna take a picture, you good?
Vibe check.
Clean it up. Yep.
You guys got a picture?
Yeah, we got it.
Yes, I did. I'll post it to the Discord.
I heard
We'll
you.
make a new channel for it.
Speaking of, we had a bunch of people walk in late. Can we get that QR code from Discord?
Yes.
All right. Well, we managed to fill up 1 hour. suppose we kind of left this other hour open to talk more introductions, what people are interested in, get, I might need that brand. Yeah, just to see what people are interested in, have discussions, see what people want to see going forward, or answer questions, kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, Lynn, you got your GitHub presentation, or?
Of course we do.
I'm kidding.
No, but you could demo maybe some of the stuff we worked on.
That's true, we can go over it. You wanna try and pull up our?
And with that said,
or your, AI book?
That thing I show off.
Yeah, is that thing from every semester when we need to fill time?
I mean, I
You know that thing we pull up every semester and we need to?
But we can do the raffle now.
Oh yeah, we got the.
I also have made some changes to the constitution for our club.
What?
If any of the members are interested in maybe just taking a look.
I mean, if you guys wanna look at it, it's just, what do you call it? Administrative stuff. that they
If
require.
you're interested in being the cave rep, this is stuff you're gonna be looking at and being taken care of for the club.
Very nice.
So any cave reps here? No one wants to run for the cave rep. It's actually really important that we have a cave rep. We're not a cave rep, we're not a club.
Yeah, so.
We don't get any
So-
funding,
so
which is what we want to do hackathons, and
Yeah,
pay
so
for the
I-
raspberry pis and pay for the pizzas. So without that, we just.
We gotta get the raspberry Pi.
So I will say, we did have that big list of officer positions. We are required to have at minimum a president, a treasurer, and a cave rep. So.
That's it.
Those
Is
are
there
the,
any?
gonna be the high priority ones. The other officer positions are sort of how our club has naturally expanded as, you know, as we've gone through a few semesters.
I can say too, like for anyone that was considering the K rep, I've been to the last few meetings and some of their, ad hoc meetings, it's really nothing difficult. We have a document that shows like the terminology, like the terms that they use, if you want motion or speed, how to do it properly. Honestly, it's actually a pretty, insightful position because you get to network with the other clubs that are there, and you get to learn what the school overall is trying to do to bring campus activity for the students and bring campus life. So if anyone is like a social butterfly, or maybe you wanna work towards being a social butterfly, maybe you're more of an introvert, and you wanna just kind of crack the shell, the K rep, I would say, would be a perfect opportunity for that.
I'd say the hardest thing about being cave rep is just leaving 2 o'clock on Tuesdays open. Right?
Showing up.
And, like, the actual meetings are, there's no sweat.
Yeah, 2 o'clock on Tuesdays and they're bi-weekly.
Yeah, again, I always forget, second and fourth. I'm always busy as a teacher, so I can never attend, so I always forget what time they are.
Can you run for like 2 positions, like if you're finally getting more or?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have multiple positions.
If you're willing.
You can only hold one position. You can only win one. But yeah, we can run multiple. So yeah.
Anybody interested in being president or treasurer? We got one, woo! The benefit is, you know, you get something to talk about when you're writing your transfer paper.
Yeah, easy letter of recommendation for me as well.
Easy way to get
I can speak to that.
brownie points.
I've
and something to fluff up.
I have given most
documents.
past officers letters of recommendation, and because, you know, they do good work. I see it firsthand. I can write very personalized ones.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody, who wants to get on the Discord, get the QR code here if you're not already on Discord. We just share an announcement information. If you're going for an officer position, we hold our officer meetings over Discord, so we don't have to be here. Yeah. Just cool stuff.
You wanna do the raffle?
Let's do the raffle.
Alright.
those are bad. That's crazy.
What is it, Zach?
Yeah.
Oh man, dang, dude.
One.
Sniper from the
Nice job.
sniper from the fresh.
It's a skill issue. Thank you.
Congrats. What are you gonna do with your after five?
Head to the makerspace,
Make something.
which is what I'm recommending next, guys. So if you haven't been to the makerspace yet, it's on the other side of the campus over there. Really cool facility that's open for all the students, as long as you have your W and your active.
Are the 3D printers working?
What's that?
Are the 3D printers working?
You have to check with them about that, but
Just
they
look
have
up 3D
printers, CNC, wood shop, and then they
What?
also have like a electrical,
Do they really have a CNC?
room over there where
Pretty
you
cool.
do, like, work with,
Pretty cool.
electronics and circuit boards.
Yeah,
So-
basically, I mean, I call it the makerspace because if you make anything, they've got stuff for it. Technological stuff, handmade stuff. They're real cool place to be.
Does anyone want the Raspberry Pi? Because I'm more into Arduino stuff.
Should I pull another?
Oh, God.
Second chance, dog. Yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah,
it.
You only do Arduino? Man, the snobbery around here in the industry is incredible.
Yeah. I don't want to go to waste.
You're not gonna use it?
I
Alright.
have a bunch of Arduino stuff at home.
By the way, guys, I plan on doing another raffle for after club day. So hopefully we'll get like new students who maybe have no idea what we're doing here.
And that's next week, right?
And that's, yeah, after next week, right? With club days Wednesday, and then we'll be in here Thursday.
Nice.
And then
We should
So-
really get the flyer out for it.
Okay.
don't forget us on your calendar if you want free stuff.
Round
Cause
two.
we got today's flyer out today.
Okay.
So we got it out today, right?
It's out there right now.
No, the flyer got put,
Actually, I saw
for
someone.
next week.
Yeah, that's perfect, right on time.
Okay, here we go. 096. That's the last we did.
096.
096.
So we can
Is that
go up
any-
that high?
Is that nobody?
It's gotta be something.
1004 096.
Oh, we only went up to like 20 or something, dude.
Okay, well, give me another.
Maybe they left.
I'll draw them all.
Be good enough, it's not, the number is not even that high yet.
Oh, man.
It ends at 10.
I did buy them off of
This
Amazon.
is
You
starting
can
to look.
multitask.
This is 096.
Yeah, it's an old rap.
Okay.
No, that's G. Is that G?
098.
What?
There it is.
Did they call you?
Congratulations. Round of applause.
Okay.
There is a G.
Excellent.
Oh, so from the rollover.
Secret Santas in September. Alright, what is it?
Did you wanna show off your cool AI?
Sure, for the how many times?
Oh boy.
It's a club tradition.
Yeah, it's becoming a tradition. I showed this off when Juan first wanted to refound the club. Like, what was that, 2 years ago now?
I haven't seen. Wait, so they both closed, Jay.
Let me show it off. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's stuff.
So what it is a very basic demonstration of a genetic algorithm. Who here's heard of genetic algorithms? Type of AI. It's kind of fallen by the wayside since ChatGPT grew in popularity. ChatGPT uses different algorithms. I'm sure I still have it. Maybe I finally deleted it. It's on my GitHub. I can get it back very easily, but I finally actually deleted it from this computer.
Dude, I think you won. You check your ticket?
No, I lost it.
I think it was you, because you're the one that moved off the back.
This guy.
Nope, I didn't.
You snooze. You leave.
Alright.
Usually is digging my chair, dude.
Invisible.
Jeez, I'm a
Let me
robber
refresh
out
the
here.
page so it starts over. Okay.
There it is.
Oh, my.
There it is. So the whole idea is that
Oh, what
we've got a bunch of poles that move around.
Oh my god, you're like been on film the whole
And
time?
their goal is to get
Great. You
so
got
their
it.
goal is to get, they start all in that sort of top middle position, and their goal is to get to the bottom.
that
basically
now.
random, but each bubble's movement is pre-decided, so if you run the same bubble multiple times, it'll do the exact same
I think
thing.
it's probably
The whole idea behind this genetic algorithm is that we're running, I think it's what, 200, maybe 500, I forget how many of those there are. But there's quite a few hundred of them running all at once, and then they are scored. You can kind of tell the score based on their color. Their colors updated in real time. So their colors based on their score, green's better, red's worse. Their goal is to get as far down the screen as possible. And so we run them for some number of cycles. I think the cycles are on the screen. Some number of frames, essentially. There we go. So they run for, I think it's 500. And then we stop them, and then we check their scores. And what we do is we take the half of them that did the best and keep them, and the half of them that did the worst and throw them out. Then we take the half that did the best, and we take the random algorithm that determines how they move, and mix and match them. Effectively, we're kind of combining the DNA of the best performers. And then we just once we do that, we create another 500 based off of those results, and run them again. And that's it. And we just keep doing that on repeat. And since we're constantly taking out the best half and mixing up their quote-unquote DNA, we slowly see better and better performance as time goes on.
Evolution.
It's evolution. Exactly. It is the process of evolution recreated in a very simple program.
Or is it not selective breeding?
Basically, yeah. That's exactly what it is. They all have a gene code, something like that. We see how they do, which, I mean, their quote-unquote genetics is just data for how they're supposed to move. We run them, and then we mix and match all the best ones. We throw out the worst ones, take all the best ones, and just go on repeat. And so if we just let it keep running, you see every time they reset, that's the next generation. We're on generation 10 already. Over time, we'll slowly see them move further down the screen. Now they get stuck if they hit one of those barricades, the gray barricades. So their first goal is to make it down and around that first barricade, which requires them to go to the right and then down and left. So I usually find every time I show this off, it won't take too long for them to figure out how to get around that first set of barricades, but then they tend to get stuck around this one here. It takes them a while to learn to go around, but they will eventually do it. Just give them enough time. Eventually, random chance will have one of them find their way around, and then those genes are now in the gene pool and slowly proliferate until they all can make it around.
What's behind their movement? Because they're moving in circles and they're moving off.
Yeah.
They're around.
So the way they move, so each of these little bubbles is basically on a grid. There's an invisible grid. I think I can maybe make it visible. Yes. So that is the grid for the best one. If you see it change, that's because the best performer has changed. So I know it's not easy to tell, but each of those lines is kind of showing off the direction that the bubble will move in when it's on it. It's just a 100 by 100 grid. Each grid just has a direction that tells the bubble to move in. So the bubble moves onto a specific grid point. It's told to move in this specific way. It moves in that direction, with just a little bit of fluidity, so it's not all rigid chess pieces. And so this is the brain behind each of the bubbles. Each bubble has their own brain, I should say. So the one you're seeing is the one for the current best performer. And when the cycles are over, when we switch to the next generation, it literally takes the best performers and just takes this and says, okay, pick two, and then just randomly flip a coin for every space. Like if you call each of the agents like the mother and father, he's like, okay, each square, mother, father, mother, 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 father, father, mother, father, mother, 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 father, father, and just mix and match the genes all the way down the line and do that for another 200 bubbles until you have a whole new generation. So hide that. There we go. It runs a little bit faster if you don't display that. I just coded this up in basically 2 afternoons a few years ago. Maybe a few is understated now. It's quite a few years ago. Because I was interested in the genetic algorithms and I wanted a way of visualizing it for myself. And so that's basically what it is. notice they're slowly improving. At the start, they kind of move as a group down into that lowest position. And some of them are starting to sneak around and get further down. That's the idea behind the genetic algorithm.
What language did you code the logic there?
JavaScript. Just because I was comfortable with JavaScript at the time. I'm a little out of practice, it's been a few years. But I was very comfortable with JavaScript at the time, and I was like, I want to be able to see it run, and I can just make HTML and make it display. A very easy way to make it visual. And so that's the idea. Stick around for another year, and you'll see me show this off 2 more times.
We'll see it again this semester. Mark my word. Can you pull up the B game we made in SFML to show that off? That sweet B game.
Oh, is there a question?
No.
Okay.
It's also on the Discord if you can't find it.
Yeah.
I got deleted.
I wonder if my.
No.
Dude, I would.
Not my SFML channel.
I made it.
There's the preset.
It's probably it.
Well, that's the zip file. I think that's big. Let's see. No, I think hold on. Let me search through it.
I think we just modified the preset.
Yeah, but I think that was just the preset. We'll try to find the one that we made. If I can even, programming maybe?
Was it programming club maybe?
Goodness gracious.
Would it help if you?
Is it in programming though? That's a good question. Nope, document archive. Okay.
Open up presets.
Oh, what am I doing? It's in Visual Studio. I'm done. I just gotta do it in Visual Studio.
Nice.
Visual Studio will know where it is.
Surely.
Just let it load. Well, it's loading up. Bubbles are still going.
They're still moving. Are we gonna go with a winner? Anybody wanna place some bets on generation or
Yeah, pick your favorite bubble.
which generation you think will make it? Generation 60 or?
Gen X, man, they're going all the way.
If I
Whatever
remember
that
correctly, it
is.
usually takes about 100 to 150 when they actually make it to the bottom.
Really? Think like 100 something?
Yeah.
Well, I have
It
33.
takes a while. They're not too far off of getting around that first barricade. You can already see them kind of spilling over. But
That blue one's
to
going
get-
hard.
to get to the bottom, is a bit harder. So is this like a project made for the club or? This? I wrote this in a few afternoons before I was even hired.
All I would say is there's a club project opportunity, code something better, beat the advisory
Yeah,
project.
basically. I mean, we
Nice.
could do something like this.
We can study this code
I
and
mean, this
then
is, this is
develop-
barely bigger than something you would write in a class, maybe like 2 weeks worth of code.
Yeah.
So it's, we could definitely, if you guys are interested, we can talk about genetic algorithms.
we can
There
review
are
this
way
and
better
do try their
examples
own.
than this. Have you
Try
ever
your
heard
own.
of Mar.io?
Take.
It's Mario. It's a very old project at this point. Someone, oh gosh, who was it? Nobody knows what I'm talking about. YouTuber made genetic algorithm play and learn and beat a level in Super Mario World.
Nice.
And it's interesting watching it all unfold. I tried to recreate that in Mega Man, which I've shown off a few times. It's a little rough on the edges. Alright, Visual Studio.
Gotta step it up, dude. I wanna see Mega Man beat the first level, dude. How many loops? How many loops does the current one take?
I do science. Well, I was comp sci. I've done, you know, systems of high school. Calculus. We have like a coding and robotics pathway. And
Let's see, let's
so
see.
Maybe I don't
is when I
actually.
got into like coding and robotics. And
Well, it's on the Discord. I remember we uploaded it.
I like programming.
I might have to get this.
We didn't have a section.
Oh, there's clouds.
This is it, isn't it?
There's clouds.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, no,
This
it was
is
like,
it.
it was like really bad.
This-
And
Okay, so this is our SFML project that we worked on. I know it looks like a lot. but
Yeah, this is
we took a lot.
8 weeks of practice coming together, boys.
We took a lot of code from other sources.
Well, a chunk of the code was already here.
Oh, yeah.
Like every
So,
basic language.
let's just throw, let it
Let's see if you'll run it. Let's see.
Give it a
Oh, you got hit right away?
Yeah, I was not paying attention, that's why we asked,
Oh, I think you hit enter, or, I remember we had it set to.
I forget, so it's the arrow keys move.
So the clouds push you,
Yeah. So
and
clouds push
the
you
lumberjack's
along.
trying to hit you.
Yeah, so if you shoot
And you are,
smaller
you can
bees-
shoot bees, yeah, to
shoot
get rid of the
smaller bees
cloud.
at the clouds. Okay. So I am the bee. I am shooting smaller bees.
Yeah,
The lumberjack is throwing sticks at us to try and kill us.
yeah, I
The
remember.
sword is
The
the
number
number.
of cloud you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Reset.
also working with women
So,
Yeah.
I'm cheating, the sword doesn't reset.
Oh, no, we never finished it. There was that idea to count
Thank you,
the,
thank you.
Nice to meet you.
So, you shoot the clouds, but the clouds push you, like if I,
is it working? Oh, the score doesn't reset
if
even
I
if
get
you
in front of
die.
the cloud, take my hands off, it pushes us and eventually squishes us. So
Yeah.
that's,
Well,
this is what we put together.
one of the clouds is rogue, see, we turned it a little bit to make it more menacing. Yeah, this Q cloud. He's usually a little bit faster too, right, I think, on purpose. Look how strong he is. He's pushing the lumberjack up.
Yeah, we can. Big hit box. Yeah, the thing that does not, I guess there's a, the sword does not reset. So yeah, this is
Yes.
what we put together.
This is 100% better than half the games you find on Microsoft's store.
Yeah, take that as .NET.
I will say, no AI was used in the creation of this.
Nice.
They're just some
Yeah.
stolen assets.
If you guys are excited about what you see, we could do like 8 weeks of this. But it's pretty good, dude. What do you know about? And then this is only like up to chapter 6 in the book. The book gives you enough tools to do this in by chapter 6, I guess. Which is pretty wild.
The clouds just kind of respawn instantly, so I just kind of instantly shoot with that score.
Do you have the zombie game to show? That was also
Oh
released?
gosh, I don't.
He already found the cheats.
I don't think I have this on.
We never did finish it. Because the original game is a lumberjack chopping like logs.
Yeah, it was, the original game that we were taking code from was nothing like this.
Oh, did you run preset? Is that the full thing? To show like what we did, I guess?
I don't think the preset had complete.
It doesn't have the full game
No.
to show off the lumberjack game.
So yeah.
Damn, 100 clowns?
I'm just kind of mashing the button.
A cloud massacre, dude.
Never mind. I'm in the cloud.
No, well.
That happened.
Yo, who wanted to do Unity?
Several people wanted to do it.
Yeah, you think it's fun. I've just.
Someone was talking to me about people who are interested in like twin motion or animations. Are you
Using
anybody
Unity?
interested in that kind of stuff, or only like
Yeah, that's like
code side?
it's like a deeper topic.
It's been running in the back. I think it's been running in the back.
What are we at, 40?
Oh, yeah, it's been running, it's definitely looks like it's.
Yeah, so they got there more consistently getting around this barrier. I mean, a lot of them are still getting stuck. I mean, so there's, in addition to
40
just
there,
combining the genetics at random,
Bottom.
there's also a
How
small
many bees
mutation
are there?
chance.
Like
Uh,
200?
Which is an
He did
important
it
part
right
of the
with the
genetic
exact
algorithm,
numbers,
believe it or
like
not.
two
You have to have that, otherwise, eventually you'll have exhausted all possibilities with the current genetics, and you'll get stuck. So there's a small mutation chance, so no matter what, some of them are gonna be losers. So you're never gonna have the whole
did you
group
do
lose at
UX?
once.
You did UX?
Yeah, now they're getting around that.
Weird.
Yeah, that's some stuff. I mean, this
they
is
get
something we'll
closer
talk
to the
about, so
bottom,
we could
yeah.
definitely talk about the pub. The SFNL is something we worked on.
Yeah,
to
we got them 9.
basically put it together.
He does
Plus, so they made 9 more progress.
Did you try the new Dragon Ball game?
The 4 so far.
I already jumped on. Was like,
Yeah, it takes, after about 2 generations, the majority
first place.
tend to make it down
Oh,
that next barrier.
he likes
Like I
it.
said, it takes about usually another
Just release on that
50 to 100 before they get around. It's hard. It's evolution at work. It takes a long generation.
Whoa.
If you look at, there's plenty of genetic
kinda like
algorithm
Pokemon
examples.
Unite.
I love watching videos of people just like,
two
I in
ways.
Unity, I made a thing
It's
that
like a
walks,
brawl.
and I'm just gonna do genetic algorithm and see how long it takes me to walk from one
They
side to
didn't
the
work.
other.
They didn't feel very
And it's always
competitive.
fun to watch.
They lost part.
But the real ones, the real projects that have a big goal, like, and actually have like
I guess, more than
they
me.
usually take on the
Oh,
order
that's-
of hundreds of thousands of
You wrote it, dude.
if not hundreds of thousands of generations. Like they have this stuff running, on fast mode overnight for weeks to make those videos. So that's how real genetic algorithms work. Evolution is not a fast process, even when you artificially inflate it.
Well, yeah, like, so
So,
like,
right now they're at +6, they're at -13 before.
Yeah, so that's the average performance change. So.
So sometimes they do
generally-
worse?
Yeah, generally, every generation's get a little bit better, but because of the random, genetic shuffling and mutations, there's a chance, like right now, that they actually get slightly worse. And again, this is the average performance, like the top performer could be doing way better, as long as the average is doing worse. I mean, you can see that the top performer's already hanging around down here.
So he's the one that carried it +7, all the
No, his plus whatever gets average, right? So he's actually helping the average.
Yeah, so over here, we actually see overall best. So this is the best that we've seen so far. And I think the best performer actually got worse this last time. Are they able to make it around the barricade? Kind of, they get stuck though.
Yeah, the last one was lower down. Oh, he's
So
going lower.
random genetic mixing causes them to.
So the bottom is what, 500?
Yeah, the bottom is at exactly 500.
Okay, so overall best 460 is like just 100 shy or whatever.
Yeah, they started like 10 up from the top, so yeah, 460 means they made.
Some don't even make it out to 8.
420 blade. Stuck at the top.
When's he gonna hit 420?
It's an interesting process. I mean, they essentially they get rewarded, quote unquote, for further down the age.
I've seen a YouTube called, I think, Zulio, or something like that. He makes some like games where he gives an objective or like it's like this.
Time used to be simpler, dude.
With,
Now
like 5
it's
different paths, and like even like
imagine like, oh, I don't know, dude. What if
So
I'm
it's
not
too small,
what
like,
if I'm
games
not
like
that I don't
we
want to do
run
this?
somewhere.
What about things like doing smoke
Or
theory?
like
Smoke
say, like,
theory,
how
do
to
drugs,
draw.
learn math, or
There's
do steroids.
plenty of people
Yeah.
who do this
I can't
kind of
talk
stuff
on
online. I don't remember, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but yeah, if you look up like genetic algorithm, just that, type into Google genetic algorithm, you'll get a couple of academic videos explaining how they work, and then a bunch of videos of people just making little stuff to show them off. A lot of people like running stuff in Trackmania. If you've ever seen those.
I've seen those, oh my god.
Yeah,
Nice.
the Trackmanias are really popular for some reason. Is there a question?
Yeah, like, could you ever just keep letting it go and find a generation where they all just go down to the bottom?
I don't think they all will go.
Is that a mutation, right?
Because mutation, there's just, the chance of getting them all to do it perfectly is not feasible. But usually what happens is they get stuck right where they are for about, about 50 to another 100 generations.
Is that even possible though?
And then,
Like,
theoretically, I mean, with the mutation chance of, there's always gonna be a couple of losers in the bunch. But you can get most of them. And so actually what happens, if we were to sit here and wait, I don't know if we have enough time for anything about that, believe it or not. But if we were to
God
sit here and
hates them,
wait,
dude. They'll
when
never
they reach
make
the
it.
bottom, they
No, but
actually
the
get
generation before
huge
Millions of
reward for
generations,
reaching the
they'll
bottom.
never
won.
make
Like,
Each generation they won.
They'll
Just
never
So-
the very last one they lose.
they normally score just,
They
get
can
out
never
there,
make
get
it.
down on the street, so
God,
best one did
everybody else
460,
makes it, but a couple
460.
losers.
Go back
It's
one
406.
generation, they won.
And so they,
They'll never make
they
it.
get a score of 406.
They'll never
But if
make
they
it.
reach the
Some
bottom,
guys just
they
sit at
don't
the top.
just
Look, they
get
go
score
back up.
500.
They don't even want
They
to.
get score 500 plus
Because
100.
they find their bloodline goes away.
So
They'll never go.
they're encouraged not to
YouTube
get there, but
watching.
just quickly. And so if there's 200 cycles
Checkmate.
left, suddenly they reach the bottom and they got a score of 700.
Anything good going on over there or what?
So you'll find, if you were to just sit and watch, once one of them reaches the bottom, most of them will follow suit super quickly, just because it's that much more viable. The reward is so much higher for reaching the bottom than it is for just hanging out close to it.
So then you would get, you would still get losers though, right?
Yeah, you
wouldn't
get,
all
you
the
would,
stuff.
there will, if you just sit and let it run for hours,
Yeah.
you will eventually reach a point where it's just a huge, dense crowd curving as close to the barrier as possible, reaching the bottom as fast as they can. Yeah, with just a few losers, sticking around in the little various points. I think there's 200 running at a time. You will eventually reach a point where at least 100, if not 180, will all be running as a group down the bottom. Because to not do so would be significantly disadvantageous.
Yes.
Yeah, so there is the eventual endpoint where they do reach it, although, again, it does take a while for them to get there. You see them all just clustering there. We're not even getting, it's hard for them to convince each other to go down on the other side, because even though they get a better score for going around, it's not the average. That those genetics have to pervade the ecosystem, as it were, the population. So see, we got some that are doing really good, but let's see if they last to the next generation, if mutations take them out, or if they just. There's also a lot of randomness involved, right? I said it, we cut off the worst half, take the best half, but from the best half, we just kind of pick them at random to see who gets to, quote unquote, reproduce. So there's a chance that even the best performers, even though they have the best chance, there's still a chance that they don't pass on their genes. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's the whole idea of a genetic algorithm. You specify an environment, you run hundreds of agents, whatever those are, through it. You take the best ones and repeat. And the hardest part is clarifying what is good. In this example, it's very easy. The lower down, the better. But if you're, for example, if you're navigating a different kind of environment, you have to specify what is better. Imagine I had a barrier here that was like a cup. That would be probably a death trap to them, because they'd go down as far as they could into the cup, and none of them would ever think to do worse to get back out of it. So you have to specify what's actually improving. Maybe you reward those who avoid the cup better than those who go into it. That's the assumption. Those of you who are familiar with that. So yeah. So the only thing really, there's only really two things in this whole project that you probably don't already have at your disposal. And that's, well, they're both pieces of knowledge. One of them is how the genetic algorithms work. And the other one is object-oriented programming. I made this sort of an object-oriented way. Sort of, it's JavaScript. But I kind of tried to use an object design. But other than that, it's all just numbers and loops and if statements. It's nothing strange or special about it. Just the algorithm itself, which I didn't come up with. So I looked it up. Yeah, I just kind of made that up. I just had to decide, how are they going to choose where to move? And I was like, I'll just say, hey, 100 by 100 grade, each grade is a direction. 360 degrees. For each grid, just store a degree, 0 to 360. And that's just the direction they go.
Thanks for showing up, man.
Of course.
You can tell I was lazy because I made these all little lines with arrows. If I was a little bit more proactive, I could have made this grid system actually display little arrows for like a function.
You still can.
I could. It's been years since I've actually worked on this. I made this, oh gosh, 2020, because I was just bored, just stuck at home.
That's before I started programming.
And I mean, this wasn't really a big project. I was just like, I want to keep up with my skills. I like genetic algorithms.
Can you pull up one of them Trackmania videos?
Sure.
I wanna check it out. They're saying, hey, is the algorithm playing again?
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. I wonder if we can.
I know the YouTuber does a really good explanation called Ghost.
There we go. Trackmania AI learning. AI
How many views?
Unbeatable
16 mil,
I've
baby.
seen this one.
Hit that one. 60 million views? Obviously it's here.
I think I've seen this one.
Sometimes it can feel like there's no way out of treatment-resistant
Good
depression.
volume.
You
Nice.
take one antidote.
Each of these cards is controlled by an artificial intelligence in a racing game Trackmania, and this AI is designed to improve over time through trial and error. The longer it trains, the better it gets. With enough training, it should be able to find the best lines to drift perfectly. It might even become unbeatable. At least that's the theory. Actually, I've already tried to build such an AI several times, and it could drive, but I've played this game for years and it wasn't enough to beat me. Still, I think it has some potential. So about 6 months ago, I decided to give this project one last chance and to offer the AI an opportunity for
1 year.
This video is the conclusion got much better than I had expected. But first, let's start with this very simple track to better visualize what this AI does. The AI uses something called an artificial neural network. Basically, it's some kind of mathematical tool which roughly models how a brain works. Every tenth of a second, this neural network receives a few numbers which describe what's happening in the game. In response, it outputs new numbers specifying the action to perform. Hopefully, the network will select actions that ensure the AI finishes this track as quickly as possible, but this will only happen if the network is configured correctly. That's the tricky part. For this, I'm using a method called reinforcement learning. Here's how it works. The AI starts from scratch with zero prior knowledge about anything, so at first, its decisions are quite random, but for every action it takes, it's rewarded depending on how good that action was. The faster the AI progresses on the track, the higher the reward. So with each new attempt, the AI explores the game and gathers data from it. Now the idea of reinforcement learning is to use this data to progressively tweak the neural network in a way that reinforces actions leading to more reward. Actually, all the cars I'm showing are controlled by slightly different versions of the neural network, and they represent successive states of the AI as it learns. In each new attempt, the AI is trying actions based on some of its current knowledge. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes not. But whatever happens, the AI can use this fresh knowledge to update its decision process. And it's through this trial and error loop that the AI gradually learns the game all by itself until it has mastered it. At least that's the theory.
I want to say something as well. So it looks a lot like the one that I did, the genetic algorithm, but as he said, this actually isn't many AI running at once. This is one AI that's running hundreds of thousands of times, and he's just showing multiple iterations of it running all at once. So this is actually one, as opposed to mine, which is 200 brains selectively taking up breeding. This is one brain that's being tweaked to slowly learn more and more. Slightly different learning process, but it's just a different algorithm.
In practice, it's been a real nightmare to get this thing working properly.
Like every
There's a lot
code.
of humans in this project.
This is like how ChatGPT and all of them work. They use neural nets, right?
Basically, yeah.
This track, compared with my personal best,
This is closer to
it
what
wasn't my
ChatGPT
first
does.
time
Yeah,
with
Chat
reinforcement
uses
learning,
neural
and
nets.
the AI seemed to pretty much understand what it had to
What
do,
if he says
but
an
it would
algorithm
often
uses-
get stuck in a suboptimal strategy,
No,
and
the
able
neural
to
net is that way.
anything better.
No, the neural net is just a
In
tool.
particular, the
I
AI
think
loves
the algorithm is
rules,
PPO.
and in a way, it makes sense.
I don't know if this is using
When the
PPO.
AI decides to smash into a wall at full speed, it actually collects more rewards initially. And it's only later that it turns out to be a bad decision. Such conflict between short and long-term reward is one of the many things that makes reinforcement learning difficult to get right. And when you observe the AI doing weird things, it's quite tricky to figure out where the problem lies. Maybe there is a bug in my code, or maybe it's the method itself. Is the reward signal clear enough? I could let it train a little longer to see. But I don't know, it could be that the AI doesn't see enough to locate the walls. And did I configure the learning algorithm properly? Should I try a different algorithm? This seems terrible. And we
Soft
got
is
my
February.
Welcome to the program.
Let's check out the comments on my last video. I might find some anecdote. Oh, maybe it's because the AI can't break. No, that I'm sure is not the issue. But for the rest, well, it's hard to know. So, like my AI, I entered a trial and error loop of guessing what to fix, rerunning the training, and waiting to see if it got better. Usually, it didn't. This was a painful process, especially because the training part needs to run for a long time before producing any results. It's hard to learn on your own from scratch. An AI like this usually needs to gather a lot of data to even begin to understand what's happening. So each time I want to test an ID, I need to let these training sessions run during hours on my laptop before getting any useful feedback. That's why I went back to this project with such a simple track and without enabling the break. Every simplification of the decision-making space tends to make the problem easier and quicker to solve, and I found it easier to progress this way. And eventually, as the days passed, all these efforts started to pay off. After many small adjustments in my code, the AI finally stopped hitting walls, and it was getting closer and closer to my time. Until finally, it happened. And this was only the beginning.
No! Oh, bullshit. Damn, dude. Sign up and roll in the Navy.
I see more bullships than I see
Damn.
3 years after starting this project, I had finally trained an AI that I would probably never be able to beat. And I have to admit, after playing this game for so many years, it was a strange feeling to be outmatched like that by a computer program. But this track is quite simplistic. It was time to challenge the AI one step further. Last year, I spent a few hours trying to get a good time with this one. I then trained an AI on the same map without much success. Now, it's time to try again and see if the AI can get its revenge. Overall, the training method remains the same as in the first track. The main difference lies in the observation input the AI gets when it drives. Just like on the first track, the AI gets a few car metrics, such as its current speed. It also gets its position relative to the road center line. But on this track, the road layout is no longer repetitive. The AI must anticipate the upcoming turns. So I added new inputs to encode the map path for the next 3 corners. To make the video easier to follow, I'm only showing the attempts from the starting line. But in reality, the AI regularly spawns anywhere on the map during its training. This prevents it from focusing too much on the first turns.
Remember how much code it went just to code the part where it's tracking the center line and the checkpoints? He had to write that, that's not built in. So this is a pretty big project. Like he said, he was working on it for years.
Here's an overview of the first 5 hours of training. Some attempts are already ahead of my personal best in the first few turns. This looks much more promising than last year, but the AI is not sufficiently robust, and it never maintains its lead for long. At least for now. One thing that surprised me is that the AI takes most turns very inside. It appears that the game's physics are slightly more complex around these road edges. For this reason, I had to include a few more inputs to make sure the AI understood everything that was going on. Adding these 2 inputs gives the full orientation of the car, and these inputs indicate which wheels are in contact with the road and whether they are sliding.
I can just picture it like picking up like where just to hit the curb and like balance. And going to just reinforce that. Like, all right, I can use this.
I think.
Perma cuts, dude. Tighter, better.
I think it does get there.
After 99 hours of training, the AI managed to complete the map with a pretty good pace.
9 hours.
It completely beat the AI from last year, finishing only 13 seconds behind my personal best. And it continued to complete the map on subsequent attempts. It was becoming very consistent. But could it also drive faster?
The fun boss, right? You're pretty good at doing your dramatic parts, dude. Oh. It's not bad. Compared to what I was listening on walk
After playing this game for 35 hours, the AI was already faster than me.
Imagine being like, okay, my program's done, go.
But I
Be
wasn't
back
ready to give
35
it.
hours later.
Now it was my turn to train.
Yeah,
This
how is
time
it,
I
Alex?
will try with the brake. Braking doesn't have a huge advantage on this map. Still, it makes it possible to drift, which can save a few tenths of a second here and there. This time, I was able to finish the map in 4 minutes or 6. Of course, this gives me an unfair advantage over AI, since I don't allow it to brake yet. But I was still curious to see how close it will get to this new goal.
Wow.
Well, not only did the AI beat this new time, but it wasn't even close, more than 5 seconds ahead. Now it seemed it was time to admit the superiority of the AI on this track. But only on this track, right? Well, I tested the AI on another map where it had never trained before, and it was quite good. I also tried to make it drive the train track in reverse, and it adapted pretty well to this new context. But overall, on these unseen tracks, the AI is less precise, it makes more mistakes, and sometimes it just gets completely confused, especially when it's approaching a long straight line for some reason. All this stuff relates to the question of generalization. There would be much more to say on this subject. I've tested a whole bunch of other things, like modifying the road surface, adding obstacles, even changing the car's physics. But let's forget all that for now. I prefer to return to the training map, because even there is something about this AI that doesn't fully convince me. Of course, I agree, the AI completely crushed me on this map. But does it really drive faster than me? I mean, my personal best run contains quite a few mistakes. Trust me, it's super hard to get through these 230 corners at a good pace without failing.
230?
The AI, on the other hand, is extremely consistent. And I think that's what makes it so strong in this kind of endurance scenario. However, if I focus on just one part of the map until I drive a run with no errors that I'm fully satisfied with, will the AI still be faster than me? This is the first and final map where I will face the AI. And if it beats me here, then I will be fully convinced. This time, the AI didn't beat me once. It's becoming clear that without brakes, the AI is badly disadvantaged.
Is your washing machine still
So far, I've already disabled the brake on the AI. Braking makes the game much more complicated to understand and master. I was afraid it would make AI training too complex. Maybe I was wrong. Anyway, I think it's now time to make the AI drift. Here's the plan. I'm going to retrain the AI on the long map with the brake available. Then I will compare this new AI with my best run on the shorter map. This will be our final duel, and it will determine once and for all which of us is driving faster. Thanks to the brake, the AI is now slightly faster than before. But for some reason, it doesn't drift. That's a surprising choice. Just out of curiosity, I also tried to train it with the brake on the first try, and the result is the same. It's faster, but it doesn't drift. Though I'm not sure drifting is useful on the first track, I'm pretty confident it saves time on the other maps, and yet the AI chose not to drift. Actually, I found a few rare cases where the AI does some kind of drift. It appears to deliberately clip the road corners to unbalance the car and initiate a drift. Definitely not the most straightforward approach. It's not so surprising to see the AI struggling. The road is very narrow and the many curves prevent high speed. And in Trackmania, there is usually only one way out in such cases, by using a trick known as the neo-drift. By applying this precise sequence of actions correctly, it's possible to trigger a drift even at relatively low speeds. It's the kind of trick that's pretty hard to discover on your own. I think the AI must have stumbled across it at least once during its many hours of trial and error, but it probably didn't have enough driving experience to explore further in that direction. Such trick won't bring any advantage if it's not properly mastered. So, can an AI learn to neo-drift from scratch? Probably, but maybe we could also help it a little. From now on, the AI will get a big reward bonus whenever it's drifting. To detect if the car is drifting, I'm looking at this input. When it's high enough, it basically means that the car is pointing in a different direction from where it's actually going, which usually means that it's drifting. Okay, let's restart the training.
Go. Yeah, give it a little bit of credit. Give me some credit. Jeez, he wants to drift now.
So the reward for drifting is to be constantly drifting. As I said, it's just
Well, I want to say it should find the part where it's not working, right? It's only rewarding a little bit.
Apparently, it found a way to constantly trigger the reward bonus. Okay, new rule. Now the reward bonus only applies when the car speed is high enough. Let's restart the training again.
It's already starting.
Now
You got any
this
carrots,
is good.
Katie?
The AI has clearly mastered the neo-drift. So well, in fact, that it even chains multiple drifts
I gotta
and
raise
straight lines
Alex.
to get more real. Obviously, it down the speed alarm, its current strategy isn't effective. So let's continue the training without the bonus. Now that it discovered how to drift, the AI should move on.
There's only 4 types of people.
that's interesting. You know the way to reward drifting after
And walk to the program.
so it's already in its brain,
Guy,
but now it just wants to go
where
faster.
you your motorcycle, just leave it right at me. Alright.
Hours, the AI
It
will
knows
only
when to anticipate,
only
like,
where
when
it's
again,
safe.
testing too. That's like-
Its driving looks cleaner than ever, and it destroyed its previous record on the endurance map.
No fear.
It's now 16 seconds ahead of me. I think it's time to answer our question. Aside from its endurance skills, is the AI still faster on the shorter map? To answer that, I made the AI drive this final level many times, and I selected its best run, this one. This run is the culmination of a 3-year journey to create an AI that can beat me in Trackmania. But I also did my best to drive a challenging run myself, putting into practice my years of experience in this game. Now it's time to find out who is faster.
Oh my god.
Chico State education.
I like how they know.
on YouTube.
They get ad blocked, dude.
I think that
Oh, mine's still works. Yeah, ads are really poor. He's going.
After showing that it was more precise, more consistent, the AI again outpaced me in this final test. And it seems time to accept that I can't beat it anymore. But is this AI truly unbeatable? On this last level, I'm sure not. Some of its lines are still quite far from optimal, and I'm certain that many better players than me could easily drive a faster time. But on the first 2 levels, I'd be quite surprised if anyone can beat the AI.
Damn.
If you want to try it for yourself, the The game
The
is free,
leaderboard.
and these tracks can be downloaded online. Of course, all these maps are quite simple, and we've only just scratched the surface of this complex and beautiful game. Now that the AI is working pretty well, it deserves to be challenged a little more, but that's for another time. This video already took way too long to make. If you'd like to see more, and if you want to support this YouTube channel, I just encourage you to
You did it!
and subscribe.
I hope you guys can go home and make your own AI. You got it? So just look up neural nets, get pretty good at that.
I promise.
Yes.
So yeah, that's cool AI.
Just spend 5 years playing Trackmania.
We can knock down 3 years in like a week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. 3 days is what we do around
If
here.
we work together, put all of our experience together.
Just need a little bit of coffee, you know, a little bit of elbow grease.